It's Julia, it's Eileen.
Hello. Hello. Can you hear us? Woohoo! Who's going to change our deck? Who's going to... Yeah. We will be passing mic. Okay? And my name is Julia, and here is Eileen, and we are wearing Girls for Code t-shirts. Yes, girls make waves. That's true. And those girls who are here, actually, you will get one. Woohoo! Girls! Woo! Boys, you will get something else. No worries. Something cool. I will show it later. Right now, I want you to pay attention to two more orange kind of things, because you see we're here wearing some orange and making some orange color. You see people in orange t-shirts. Do you? Just look around. There are everywhere.
I'll go through it.
Okay. So that's the hackers. Oy, oy, oy. And the last thing I will address before I pass the mic to Eileen is the stickers. We have plenty of stickers, orange stickers for the hackathon. These are yours. Make sure you grab some and use it on your personal laptops, not school laptops, okay? Or phones or t-shirts, whatever you choose. Saying that, Eileen is taking over.
Woo-hoo! Julia, our deck. Okay. I'm Eileen. I'm loud. I'm noisy. And I'm relevant. And I want all of you to be relevant. I want all of you to know who you are, where you're going, and what you do. Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want that? Anybody? Walk out now. Okay, you're gone. Out the door. What?
I need a surprise.
I'm going to give it to you. Now, the first surprise is, look at our mentors. These are people who took the day off, who came to see you. Mentors infiltrate the crowd. Find a table and sit. Mentors, disperse yourself. Mentors, disperse yourself. You will get a chance to work with these incredible human beings who have started companies, stopped companies, changed the world, and you have the chance to be part of them. So welcome. Why do we hackathon? Anybody? What's a hackathon? Anyone? A hackathon is a chance to get some real hands-on experience to solve a problem. You've worked in a classroom. Some of you have probably gone to coding camp. You've worked in your bedroom. You've worked in your garage, right? Anybody? Anywhere else? No one's been on a spaceship yet, right? You have? Okay, a few spaceship workers. It's a chance to tackle a new, I can't tell which is the right place to put this. It's a chance to tackle a new problem today in a new way. Who wants to tackle a new problem? What did Einstein say? What did Einstein say? Anybody? We cannot solve our existing problems with the same thinking that got us here. And David talked about that. Don't be sitting with your friends. They got you here. Find a new buddy. Talk to other people. Your friends will be there, but this is a chance to talk to other people and be involved. Okay, why should you trust us? Me and Julia, we're going to go through that. But the big question, I want you to each take a moment, think inside. Who do you want to be today? Do you want to be a problem solver? You can be yourself, but what is yourself? Are you strong? Are you confident? Are you a hacker? Are you an influencer? Are you a CEO? Are you a coder? Who are you? Who are you? Because those of you that are going to college are going to have to find your unique value proposition for your applications, your interviews, and to show who you are for your senior project. So saying on myself is not enough. And if you're not going to college, you're going to have to do it next year, so start preparing. Let's talk a little about how it works and what happens. But first, let Julia introduce herself. What's next? Julia? And I'll do your side.
Can you hear me well?
Yes.
I'm not so loud. That's why Eileen is here. Okay. I would say it's self-made, and I have the Master of Science with Computer Science and Applied Mathematics and PhD with Economics, and I have Psychology degree. And I have so much more to share with you. But I started from nowhere, and that's why I have to reinvent myself each and every time. And now I call myself Yulia the Challenger. People actually struggle to work with me because I challenge everything, any status quo. So that's what we will be doing here. We will be running, growing ideas and challenging them. And ideation again and challenge again. So now, after relocating 10 years ago to this country, I had to reinvent myself. Having all these degrees, I was overqualified to work here. Struggle to find a job. Struggle to find how can I make a difference. So that's what I'm trying to do right now, making a difference with the hackathon. So I just figured out the hackathons can be so cool, getting you out of the comfort zone. And that's how my journey in this country began. I was trying to find my space, my feet to this area, and actually no other industry embraced me but technology. And they said, like, come over. I was like, I don't remember when I coded last time, like 10 years ago. I don't remember how to code it anymore. No, come over to hackathon. We're your people, we will help you figure it out. So I came to the Google Hackathon right away. And actually, I pitched my idea about matching people together in technology. And I won the audience award and the hackathon.
Woohoo!
It was not a big cash prize, but actually it's informed my decision. I decided that's what I want to do. I want to make a difference. And I want to share my experience with others and empower people with technology, especially girls, especially women. We are so special. We are really struggling to find our spot, our place, our role, our impact, but we are so nurturing. We are so actually needed here. So many roles are waiting for you here. You don't need to be techie, or a coder, as per se. You can be a writer, you can be a designer, you can be a project manager. Everyone has their own role, and that's what we're trying to do today, mimicking something which will grow big. You know, you are at a very special age right now. That's where you see your future. Everything what you envision, just dream big, and you think, it's not possible. No, it is. It just takes time. And that's what we will be doing here, dreaming big, thinking big, challenging status quo, challenging all the boundaries, challenging whatever needs to be challenged. Sounds good?
I think it sounds amazing. Okay, who am I? That's me. You all have your phones. You're allowed to use them. I am an expert at managing annoying people. Seriously, Google it. And how do you know if AI is right? I am an expert at managing annoying people. Why do I manage annoying people? Anyone?
Finally.
Well, I'm annoying. I am very annoying. But I have ideas, and I have know-how, and I have street cred, and I know how to get things done. So people want to work with me. They want to take their idea from inception through testing, validation we call it, and to market. Because a lot of people want to change the world, and what do they want to do while they're changing the world? Make money. How to monetize your idea, what to do. Now, I did not come to this role from tech. I'm still asking Alexa where Siri is, and she cannot tell me where Siri is. She does not like to talk about Siri. I'm a social worker and a policy analyst. So what we heard earlier from our computer science teacher, what percentage of applications, what happens, what does this mean? Am I echoing? Is this better or this better? One or two? All right, you made a decision today. I like it. One. I am all about the impact on people, the process, and the journey. And what happens when you make a decision to use AI? What happens when you make a decision to build an app? What happens when you make a decision to do something? And that's what we're going to get into today. So I'm an expert on managing annoying people. I work for a company called Techstars. You should also Google them. Techstars is the largest early seed accelerator with 9,000 founders. 9,000 people who started a company with an idea in a place like this. who said, I want to change something, I have an idea, and said, I want to change something, I have an idea, and they learned how to make it into a business. And that is a very small percentage. I think it's about 1% of the population that does that. But what's important for you today as computer science, as coders, is to understand where you fit in that continuum. What does it mean, my skill? How can I give that to a company, to a service, to a business, to the world? What's happening around it? And that's what we want to show today. And I eat a lot of chicken wings. That's my unique identifier. I'm sorry. Next slide. All right. What we're going to do today, we don't have a clicker. What we're going to do today, we're going to give you some real hands-on, real-time experience. We're going to engage in testing inspired ideas. So before you give your idea, think, what makes that idea inspired? Anyone? Shout them out if you know them. Anyone? Inspired? What? Can't hear you. Sharing ideas is good, but it's not inspired. What's an inspired idea? Everybody should be sharing their ideas. That's a baseline. An inspired idea is a new thought. It's putting together things that didn't exist before. It's creating something. It's seeing something a new way. It's doing what Einstein said, coming up with a new solution to an old problem, a new way of thinking about it. We're going to engage in testing them. We're going to use critical thinking, ideation. Does everybody know what ideation is? Yeah, it's kind of when you talk about ideas, right? Creative problem solving, teamwork. My topic, annoying people. Do you know what TEAM stands for? Anyone? What? What? Poor girls, I keep picking on them. What? Group of people. No, TEAM, the acronym, stands for what? It is a group of people. I said what it... TEAM. Together what? What did he say? Maybe. Let's hope so. I like to go with the acronym, Together Everyone Annoys Me. And we have to get out of that to make those inspired ideas happen. Okay? And this is one of those rare opportunities that you have to show your strengths and your weaknesses. We talk a lot about being vulnerable, about hooking into that core thing that, we want to get over and solve in our lives. We talk a lot about showing our weaknesses, but I don't envy any of you. I went to high school, I can't even tell you how many years ago, and it's a very different world, and you have a very uphill battle to show who you are, to be productive, to make money in this world. But this is a chance to make mistakes. This is a chance to try a new skill today. This is a chance to show up differently than you showed up before and learn something. Who wants to show up differently? Anyone? That's it, you can all go home. Okay, next slide. All right, who's here today? Teachers, raise your hands. Woo! To the teachers. Students, raise your hand. Woo! Leaders, that's me and Yulia and David. Okay, nothing to David. Is this microphone going to make it? Help, hold something. I don't want to say anything to David, but I don't think he has the coolest outfit, because not only do I have an antenna, I have a bat signal. Okay, the bat signal matters. These are my business antenna. I can tell when you're BSing me, you have blind spots and you don't know what's going on. So that's the leaders. Mentors are orange shirt people. Why are they wearing orange? Woo! Why are they wearing orange? Anyone? Why are they wearing orange? We can see them, and they're going to brighten your day and brighten your path. And judges, that's a surprise. You will be judged. Next slide. Poor Yulia, I have her all over. Got to make people work. Okay, so what's going to happen today? Very important. You talk a lot about diversity, inclusion, being nice to each other, right? We talk a lot about accepting differences. You're all very skilled in that, correct? Right? Yes? We're skilled? I want you to think about diversity of thought. It's not just what someone looks like, it's what they think inside. It's how they say their ideas. It's how they formulate their ideas. It's how they share their ideas. It's how they share them. Some people talk in pictures. Some people talk in analogies. Some people don't talk, and you want to get them to talk. So I really want you to think about today on your teams about supporting each other's listening and the diversity of thought. Just because you don't like what someone's saying or you don't understand it or it doesn't process in your brain the way it's coming across, give it a minute and try to really think about diversity of thought. What can I get from it? Okay? Next slide. Oh, good, I got someone. All right, what is going to happen in 4 hours? Well, the first secret is it's not 4 hours because you're going to get pulled out several times to several different places. And I know you're all familiar with the pull-out model, right? So that's going to be one of the things we're going to talk about today. But the first thing that we're going to ask you to do is research validation. Validation not from your friends, not from your mother, not from your coach. Validation of the idea. We're going to work on an idea and try to solve it. Is it truly a problem? Make sense? Validation, truly a problem. What research is out there? Can I say it's a problem? My problem is my antenna won't stay on. Is that a big problem for everyone? No. Probably not something I should be working on, right? But that's what we're going to do. We're going to solutionize. We're going to gather options, think about, ideate. How do we solve this? What's the best way? What's most efficient? That's where the mentors are going to be your greatest guides. What works? What doesn't work? What resources are available? We're going to build a plan to deliver a course of action. Now, how many of you code? Everybody in here codes? Code. Higher, proud, I'm a coder. Not a, what do they call it? Not a maybe, I'm a coder. Right? We're going to create something. We're going to do a project development. We're going to create a solution to this problem. How does it look? How do people log on? How many of you, let me guess, shop online? Right? Think, you're a little young, but think about the customer experience. It's different, right? Amazon has changed their process over the last few years. What you pick, how you check out, how you can auto check out, what credit card, what happens when they don't have something, right? So what's your customer journey? What is the person who is using your solution seeing? How are they experiencing it? We all have a product that we love, but when we go to the website, what happens? Anybody? Can't navigate it. Am I going to buy from them online? Probably not. I'm going to go back to Amazon because they figured it out, right? So we want you to think about how easy is it to use? What does it look like? Does this really work? And then the chance to get up here and speak and present. Not all of you are presenters, but some of you are. And all of you should own your own ability to present whether you like it or not. Moving forward in life and the way the world is changing, you will have to present in all your classes. I'm sure you're already doing it. So think about, even though I don't want to get up here today, maybe you will. Okay, next slide. So it's not really 4 hours, but here's the schedule. And what time are we on now? Okay, we're getting close. So opening ceremony, we're going to do some things. And then these are the chunks of time that the rest of the day is going to evolve around. You're going to keep on coming back because I'm going to use a sports analogy. Who hates sports analogies? I hate them too, but I use them all the time. This is home base. This is your safety zone. You're coming back here when you're not, who can dance like a robot? Anybody? If you're not dancing like a robot, if you're not in with a college, you're coming back here. You are going to be forming teams. We're going to do that in the next 20 minutes. You're going to do research and MVP. Anybody know what MVP stands for? Woohoo! Minimum viable product. We're going to talk about the presentation. Teams are going to present to each other. We're going to have judges and winners. So that's the schedule. Take a picture so you remember it. Take a picture, and that's where you keep on coming back. Next slide. You know what? I'm glad to see you paying attention and following instructions. Thank you. All right. Now, did everybody do the one-click camera, or it really took you that long? You got it? Get it from a friend. Okay, move on. Who doesn't love a rubric, a grading? This is how the projects will be graded. Take a picture. We just talked about these things, and this is going to be the grading. And then the next 3 slides are going to dig into each a little, okay? Problem validation. Is it a real problem? My antenna is not a real problem. The problem that I live extremely rurally and there's no bus service, that's a real problem. Show evidence of the problem. How many people does it impact? Is it a small group? The antenna problem? I think it only affects me and David who's wearing his antenna. What were the chances of that? The transportation problem? How many people does it impact that live rurally and don't have a bus route? Anyone? You're going to have to research it, but a lot of people. And you need to clearly articulate the problem. When I go around the country, let's see, last month I was in Winston-Salem. At the end of this month, I will be in Las Vegas doing this. The biggest problem we see is that people don't know how to say what the problem is. Awareness is the first step. So being able to articulate your problem and agree on it in a group is going to be very important. That is rubric number 1. Rubric number 2, solution prototype. What's your user interface? What's your customer journey? Is it easy to use? If you have a problem with transportation, are you giving everyone a car or are you giving them a sharing app? I'm using transportation because it's on my head today. You get the idea? Is that general enough? Okay, demonstrate how your solution works. We'll talk about this again. If you can't code it, coding matters and you do get extra points. If you can't code it, you can flow it, you can Figma it, you can diagram it, you can, you can get your team to do a formation up here. You don't have to code it. Coding it helps.
Or you hire the developer from mentors or from other teams.
Yeah, outsource it. Very good plan. Okay, show your design. Rubric number 3, value impact. Show how you used innovation. What's different? That's going to go back to 1, validation. This is the problem. This is what hasn't been thought of. You with me? Are you with me? Anybody? Okay. Does the application use a novel approach? Is it something different? Do you get a point system for traveling? I don't know what it is, but something. What did you do different? And then how will it impact people? Will it make their lives easier? Will it make their lives simpler? Will it cost less? What will it do? Why is this an important product? And finally, you will be judged on teamwork. So I hope together everyone does not annoy you. And together, what's that one from that table over there, guys? Team, back. Together what? The teacher answered. There's a reason I was asking them, talking among themselves. Together, everyone achieves more. Let's hope so. Talk about the roles. Everybody knows what a pivot is, right? An entrepreneur has several tools in their toolkit. One of them is flexibility. What I'm about to introduce you to next has never been tried before, and we're trying it here today because we needed to be flexible. It's about the process we're going to take you through. Pivoting, ability to go quickly to another idea and make it happen. Taming the chaos. Who loves that? Taming the chaos. I love taming the chaos. Making sense out of things that don't make sense. We're going to want to see all that. Next slide. So let's dig into each of them. Ready? Get your phones out. Problem research. Are you solving a problem? Known as value proposition. What are you actually doing? I don't think I need to go more into that, do I? Anyone not understand that? Be brave. If you need more, raise your hand. Is your idea unique? Now, you people are very lucky. You can Google that. You can check that out. We're going to give you a link to several data sets and resources so that you can check if that exists. In my day, we had to get our sneakers on, get our bike, go up to the library, hope it was open, find the encyclopedia, and see if it had the right information. Has all your grandparents told you the story? It's true. Now, if I can't say, Google, what is it? I don't even ask. But that's what we had to do to solve a real problem. Now, I heard the talk a little bit before about the science teacher, about what AI does and what AI doesn't do. One of the important things to understand is a basic principle that I'm sure you've all learned. Garbage in, garbage out, right? You know it? So if you're not asking the right questions, a lot of companies started without AI. You know a lot of them. Starbucks, help somebody. What else is a newer company that you use? Anybody? FedEx, maybe FedEx, I don't know. A lot of companies did this research before there were even half the tools you have. What happens when you do that level of research? Anyone? You learn things along the way. Research isn't the type of thing, oh, I got the data facts, good, I'm plugging it in. We learn, we need to learn. Why did they do that way? What worked, what didn't? So research is important. Is your idea unique? Did your research validate it? Did other people try it? Why didn't it work? Why won't my antenna stay up? You got where I'm going, right? Okay. Next, have you identified a specific target market? Has everyone learned about niche here? So you know that. You're asking to niche down your expertise, but companies all have a niche. That's the customer that's buying from them the most, and you want to find your niche, your early adapters. Next slide. So that's the rubric for problem project. Solution. We already went through it. Do you have an MVP or a prototype? Design matters. Coding matters, which is good because you can all code. Woo-woo. And is your product easy to use? Like we talked about, some websites that we don't use or apps. And can you show your customer journey? How does your customer find you? Why will they come for you? Are they mad at another solution? Does it not exist? Are you a disruptor? You all know what those things are, right? Okay, next slide. You got to rock and roll. Presentation. Can you communicate your idea clearly? Are you telling a story? Stories are very important. You're learning that, right? Even in data and coding. People learn through stories. Did you answer all the questions in the judging criteria? If you need a copy, let me know. How did you collaborate? How did you use your teammates? And how did you tell your story? I call this the data delta heart. So the data is the research. This is how many people are affected. This is what it is, right? Give me a topic, any topic. Someone. Cars? How many people buy cars? Okay, well, no, a lot of people. What's the delta? Greek, the change. How does it change people when they buy a car? Does it cost them more money? Do they have better lives? Do they have more job opportunity, right? What's the heart? When I got my first car, I finally got the job I wanted because I was able to travel that extra distance and show up on time and be in a town that I never had access to before. It changed my life. The heartstring, right? My grandmother had a car just like this, and every time I go in it, it makes me so happy. People react to data in one of three ways, so try to include that in your findings. Make sense? All right, next slide. Our theme today is changing the community, digital champions for social good. What's social good? It's not more, I was thinking that Mexican food. It's not more Chick-fil-A's. Chick-fil-A's are good. I happen to be a big Chick-fil-A fan. They're delicious. It's an economic engine, right? People work, feed, you get to eat, you get to go to work. But we're talking about something that maybe gives people access to Chick-fil-A that they don't have because they can't afford it, or they don't eat meat, or, right? We're talking about something that actually, on the soul level, takes care of a core problem. Right? Now, we're going to have the mentors talk about that. Do we need to dig more for that right now? Sorry if I use Chick-fil-A, but I love them. Okay, next slide. Okay. Who wants to hold the mic? I want to talk to you about something really important. That was not a good idea. Before you know what you want to work on, before you know what problem you have to solve, what do you need to know? Anyone? She got it! This is my star right now. She has answered 3 questions. Stand up, Darlene. 3 questions. I didn't do that diversity of thought. Every time I shot her down. Nope, you didn't get it. Nope, you didn't get it. Was she smacked down? No. And she got the most important one. You have to know what's important to you. So I am going to ask you right now, ready, get ready, they're coming at you. Don't let me take out an eye. I do have insurance. Come on, Post-it notes. You are going to write the answer. Yulia, throw some out. Pick your color. What's important to you? You didn't think I could go that far, did you? What's important to you? Woo! More? Guys, who needs? You want to throw some? Want to throw some? All right. Do we have a clock? Anyone? Do you have a phone? We're going to put 3 minutes on the phone timer. For 3 minutes, I want you to sit quietly. I want you to think about what's important to you. Getting to know yourself. These are the 3 questions we're giving you. You can deviate from them, but try to really think about what's important to you. So I'll give you mine just to get you thinking. Anything that lifts people out of poverty is important to me. It impacts me because I grew up in a family that had a lot of scarcity. My parents were Holocaust survivors, survived the war, and we did not have a lot. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's hope you know yourself. Hold that piece of paper and let's go to the next slide. Now this is the point that has never been tried before. We are going to form teams based on what's important to you. But because we have this pull out, push in, everybody knows what that means? I didn't know what that meant. Some of you are going to be going to different rooms, pull out, push in. So we're going to figure out how you work together as a team, how you communicate with each other, and why it's important. On these teams, no one is the CEO, but the mentor is going to help structure you. This is a stat that Techstars gives, and it's worldwide. 65%. How much of a pizza is that? If I have 8 slices, 65% would be what? And how many left? Right, so I have 2 pieces. If it's an 8 slice pizza pie, only 2 pieces are viable for me to eat. You get me? That's how many companies fail. Not because it's a bad idea, not because they don't have enough money, not because they didn't validate it, but because the team couldn't make it happen. And that's what your hands-on is going to be about today, your team. Okay, so next slide. What we're going to do is have our mentors pitch to you. Our bright orange shirt people are each going to tell you, Becky, come up, and our mentors one at a time. We're going to start right here with Tyler. They're going to tell you who they are, what they do, what they would like to work on you. This is the concept. As a team, you will figure out the product. Do you understand the line? This is the concept. Poverty versus food, digital access versus transportation. This is the main area of what's important to you, and as a team, you will work on walk around to meet.
Developer and a composer. I'm an expert at turning real things. I'm passionate about
My most inspired idea. Give them a minute.
Woohoo!
All right, wait, Tyler. Wait for it.
For what?
Go.
Hello, my name is Cornell Green. The internet age, gig economy. You guys are going to be the first generation of fundamentals of business. Now you can turn an idea, express your value.
Get a picture of our mentor.
And, as we're seeing here, also do some social good. That's what
Woo! Wait for your... Remember, mentors, wait for your thing. Great. You can sit anywhere in the
Next up back to follow. I'm Chris Matola. I am a data analyst, game designer, and technical writer. My interest today is in the cost of housing and shelter and how that affects.
Thank you for telling them to line up. I think this is good, though, right?
And yeah.
Woo!
My name is Michael. I'm a software engineer. Business, economic development.
Woo!
All right, hey everybody, my name is Casey. I'm a web developer. I wanted to work on food insecurity today. I feel like it's a really big problem. I feel like maybe there's not $1 billion in fixing it, but it's really important to folks. So I'd love to work with any people who are interested in that on that today. Thank you.
Woo! Give me a hand!
Hey, I'm John. I'm a front-end web developer. I work with a lot of authors and artists, and I want you guys to think about making money.
Woohoo! Money, money! No, they're going to hold them up and go to them. We're not fun. This is great, though, right? Getting them to do this?
And I want to talk about video games.
Woohoo! What? No, he's good.
Hi guys, I'm Carla, and I work in increasing access to education, so under the umbrella of social good. The problem I want you to think about today is access to education. An example of this is Newburgh School District, or I mean, the redhead from Heritage, going up. I was a first generation American, and my parents didn't know anything about college, so I got through college and a master's, blood, sweat, and tears. So it kind of became the strike through of my work, which was increasing access to education. Examples of that, like helping high school seniors to get a golden seal for the seal of biodiversity on their high school diploma. So if you're interested in general increasing access to education and any examples of that I could meet, please join my team. Thank you.
Great. Get your sign, Carla.
My name is Joy Valerie. I am a coach and consultant. My expertise is in digital operations and marketing. So everything that makes everything go and tell people what they need to know. And the problem I want to think about is the social determinants of health for people of color and neurodivergent folks. And that shows up in thinking of how to improve the quality of life of minorities, of people who are neurodivergent like myself. So if you're interested in having an interview,
Woo, that way.
Security consultant. My expertise is offensive cybersecurity, hacking, pen testing. The problem I want you to think about is how we can use offensive or hacking techniques to build a way to protect people in the market value.
Hi, I'm Connor. My expertise is in the smartphone app development and video game development. The problem I want you to think about today is issues with obtaining transportation. So, like being able to find public transport, or like so you won't have to keep asking your friend to drive you everywhere. So, if you ever have problems with that, then feel free to join my team.
Woo!
Hi, my name is Tanya. My expertise is in data analysis and library science. My interest today is in information and communications. So where you get your information from, figuring out whether it's accurate, and coming to a consensus with people. So if you're interested in that, join my team.
Woo!
Hi everybody, my name is John. One of many, I guess. I'm a data analyst and I work in education. So equitable education is very important to me. Making sure everybody in this room gets the same level of education as possible. So
I'm thrilled. This was inspired.
To assess those needs and figure out the best way to go about that. So if that sounds interesting to you or doesn't put you to sleep, let me know and we can work together.
That way.
Hey, I'm Sam. My expertise is in some software development. The problem I want to think about today, if anyone's interested in biohacking, or just sleep,
I am.
optimizing yourself, that's what I help, and yeah, wellness, biohacking.
Thank you. Steven! Oh, that's not Steven, that's Scott.
I'm Steven. I'm a product designer, so I use Figma. I don't code. I work with a lot of different things. I'm thinking of working on something centered around disaster relief, or maybe climate change in relation to that. So the fires that affected us last year.
Thank you. I'll take it. Woo! Next slide. A hand for the mentor. Woo! Next slide. Next slide. That is your mentor lineup. Now also, as you go to meet your mentors and decide whose area you're interested in and it combines with you, this is how you can introduce yourself. Take a picture. This works with college recruiters, job interviews, people you want to date, friends you'd like to make. This is a universal getting to know others. Pick many. Hi, my name is Eileen. I'm from Western Massachusetts. My year in school is too old to remember, and poverty is important to me because I did not grow up with. Okay? Got it? Next slide. We're almost there. Almost there. In 2 minutes, I am going to unleash you. You're going to unleash yourself from your friends, but I'm going to unleash you. Your mentors are spread out around the room. Look at Cornell down there and Chris, right? Go to the ones that you like. Mentors spread out. Have conversations with them about what they're going to work on, what your ideas are, inspired ideas. Have conversations with each other, right? And you're going to, woo, 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 listen, clap 3 times, clap 3 times. Are you listening? When you get into that team, you are going to first you're going to come up with the idea. What are we actually going to do in this topic? Second, you're going to think about the solution and the prototype and the team roles. And third, you're going to think about the timeline. I might have gotten that wrong, but the mentors know. But the point is you have to do all 3 of those things because you're going to be pushing and pulling in and out. Think about what role you play when you're not in the room. Think about the people you're working with. Try to cross-pollinate. Does everybody know what cross-pollinate means? Work with people you don't know. Work with people you don't know. Next slide. Next final slide. Team building goals. Oh, here we are. First, you're going to set the goal that you're working on. What's the plan and the roles, and then how are you going to manage that scope? How are you going to get it done? Okay? Last slide. Resources. Get those cameras out. Let me tell you, I made that QR code myself. Are you impressed? All right, get your cameras out. That's going to take you to HV Tech Fest resources page. I happen to be a data geek. Data sets, information, right? If you need more, we can give you more hacks. Everybody got it? Next, all right? Get it from a friend, get it from a buddy. Those are your resources, Figma, this, that. Okay, next slide, final slide. Have F-U-N, fun. If you don't find a team, if you don't like what's going on, if you don't have any friends, we'll challenge you. No, we'll help you. We'll help you. So come to me and Yulia. We will challenge you. Okay? Most importantly, show us who you are. Go forth, find teams, and woo! God, they were biting at the bit to find teams, right?